What's up everybody, I'm HoopsandHipHop and welcome back to another Pokemon Sword and Shield video. And as I'm sure you know, we just got done watching the Nintendo Direct that just wrapped up a few minutes ago at the time of this recording, and it included some new Pokemon Sword and Shield information, which doesn't really happen. Pokemon usually likes to do their own thing, but that's what we got, so I'm not complaining. And so I am going to give you guys my reaction, my thoughts, my impressions to everything that we saw in this trailer, so let's get into it. Now, first thing I do want to say is I really like the way they showed off the information in this trailer and the Direct, because they basically threw up a trailer on the website that showed the same stuff that the Direct did. And what it consisted of is some interesting things that are good to know about that can get you hyped, but it's not too much at the same time. They're very much keeping it close to the chest like they always have been, and that's something that with the announcement of this news I was a bit nervous of, so I really like to see that they're keeping it close to the chest and they're not revealing too much. With that being said though, they did still release a couple new things, including 2 new Pokemon, the first of which is a bird, seagull, pelican Pokemon known as Cramorant, and this is one that I believe was rumored in leaks. The name was just different. And this guy, I mean, he's kind of a derpy bird Pokemon. What can you say? I think his design is solid. I think he's a solid Pokemon. One thing that's really interesting is that his type is Flying Water, and both flying type Pokemon that we've seen so far, along with Corviknight, actually have their primary type as flying. And so that kind of says to me that Game Freak is giving a little more attention to the flying type, because we have never had a primary flying type Pokemon prior to these two outside of Tornadus and the Noivern line. Those are the only 3 Pokemon prior to now these 2 from Sword and Shield that were primary flying types. So it looks like they're kind of changing things up with the way they type flying types, which is really cool because the flying type has basically gotten shafted for like 20 years. And then along with Cramorant, he's got this new ability, signature ability called Gulp Missile. Whenever he uses Dive or Surf, he comes back with a fish in his mouth that he can use as a projectile to throw back at the opponent for some extra damage. And the interesting thing is that he actually comes back with a literal fish in his mouth, so like that's a quality animation, I'm just gonna say that. But the interesting thing is that it's not just like a generic, like plain looking fish. Like, it's actually got a design to it, so it makes me wonder if this design of this fish that's in Cramorant's mouth is actually a Pokemon or not. I would think that it would be, because you couldn't really say that it's a regular fish, because like that would just be weird. Like, we've had animals in the anime before, but that's never been a thing in the game, so it would be weird if that was kind of just a stand-in thing and not a Pokemon. So I'm personally hoping it is a Pokemon that maybe has like a relationship with Cramorant or something. That would be really cool. But overall, I think the animation is quality. It's a cool, like, overall it's a solid design. Like, I like the whole thing that Cramorant has got going on. And then the second Pokemon we got introduced to us is basically another meme Pokemon, and it is called Poltegeist. First off, we got a T Pokemon. Like, everyone can settle down. Like, I like it's so funny because everyone has obviously joked about getting T Pokemon and getting like all these British things as Pokemon, and you didn't really think it would happen because you didn't think Pokemon would like take it that far, but they've gone ahead and they've taken it that far, which, like, I'm not complaining about because it's technically appropriate for the game, and I do appreciate the fact that they came up with a name that just sounds amazing, Poltegeist. That's just so cute. And then secondly, they made it a ghost type. They didn't make it a grass type or a water type or something. They made it a ghost type, which I really appreciate. It is definitely a meme design, but I mean, we're in Britain, we're in the UK, like, the memes are gonna be there, so what can you say? The other thing following that they revealed after the new Pokemon were basically features. They talked about Pokemon Camp, which is basically this game's version of Pokemon Me, and holy crap, guys, does it look super clean. Not only do the graphics look really fresh in this mode, if I do say so myself, but basically this is like a super robust version of Pokemon Me. You're no longer just petting the Pokemon or whatever. It looks like you get to play games with them. You can like throw a ball at them or like wave like a feather stick thing at them, and you can even go to other players' camps and you can have a bunch of Pokemon out, and it's literally like a camp. It's like a little, basically like a play space for your Pokemon, and you can go visit other players in the overworld, and I'm assuming that's like in real time if you have a nearby player or something like that, which is so cool. Like, that's so great. Like, I just think these are the kinds of things that show me that they definitely are going all in on this game, because they could have easily just made another Pokemon of me and no one would have complained. No one was asking for a more robust Pokemon of me, yet they gave it to us, and they gave it to us like pretty heavily. They definitely went above and beyond in that aspect, farther than they had to, which I think is really cool. They also showed off a new form of alchemy, because apparently alchemy can be found in multiple different flavors. They showed off like a St. Patrick's Day version. I wanted to say like the McDonald's Clover Shake that they have every year, that version of alchemy, and I think that's really cool. Adds some more spice to alchemy. All I've got to say is there better be a pumpkin spice alchemy, or I'm going to be very upset. And then they actually showed, along with the Pokemon camp, they showed this feature. It's like a cooking feature where you're cooking curry. This is basically kind of the equivalent of like Poffins, it seems like, for Pokemon contests. But it has to do with, I think it helps your Pokemon. It's kind of like a mini game, but it also can help your Pokemon's stats, I think, and like basically it benefits them statistically. But you can also do it with other players, and once again, looks fairly robust. I almost want to call it like a crafting system, kind of like Breath of the Wild's cooking, where you can combine different things, get different effects. It's kind of the Pokemon equivalent to that, which, once again, it's just another robust feature that adds to the depth of the game, and I think it's just another one of those things that shows this game is going to be enjoyable. It's not going to be messing around. It's not going to be light on the content, because this is not a thing they had to add, and yet they've added it, and it definitely, like, in and of itself looks like it has some depth to it, but then it just adds some depth to the game as well. So I am really excited about that. And speaking of depth, they've also added a lot of depth to the customization. We knew there was customization in this game, but they have showed that there is a ton more going on, which everyone wanted, so that's awesome. It looks like there's a ton more options for hairstyles. I believe there was only like 4 or 5 in Sun and Moon, if I remember, so they've added more there. They've added the ability to like even change your eyebrows, which is cool. There's a lot more color options for hair and eye color, and then clothing options. There's a lot more. It's not just like shirts and pants and stuff like that. You can add on a hoodie. You get to customize your shoes, it looks like. There's just a lot more, once again, more depth. And that is emphasized probably no more so than by the fact that even the trainer cards in this game are able to be used in a customizable way. We've had Pokemon trainer cards since the beginning, but they literally were just like an achievement sort of thing, like a profile to show you what you've collected throughout your adventure that basically every RPG has. But in this game, they kind of like, you get to collect them from other players, and for the purpose of, I believe, online battles, you actually get to customize your own. You can choose a background, you can choose a border, you can choose your expression. And once again, that's a thing that they did not have to do, but they went ahead and did it, and it just adds to the enjoyment of the game, because you can basically make it the way you want it. And the fact that it integrates into the actual, like, it's not just a throwaway type of mechanic, it actually integrates into online battles, at least it looks like. That just gives it a more personal touch, which I think just adds to the experience. And even though it's not the craziest information ever, I'm happy that it's not the craziest information ever, because I don't want to know the crazy stuff before the game comes out. So I'm happy about that, and I'm happy about what they showed. The Pokemon are solid, definitely not complaining there. They're interesting Pokemon, I will say for sure, but I'm definitely not disappointed by them either. And then all of the different features, from the cooking to the customization, just speaks to the overall like amount of features and the depth, like I said, that this game is going to have. And even though I can't play it right now because I want to avoid copyright, the music that they played towards the end of the trailer with the bagpipes and the guitar or whatever it was, oh my gosh, guys, I just want to I just want to like freaking... I can't even tell you how excited I am for that music. It sounded phenomenal. Go listen to it if you haven't. But with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching this video and this reaction, thought, impression thing. I am hyped. This video increased my hype. It increased my excitement. I am ready to go. If you guys are ready to go, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Leave a like. Subscribe for more Pokemon Sword and Shield videos. I will have another one tomorrow as well, since tomorrow is our regularly scheduled video. This is just a bonus. Hope you enjoyed it. Be sure to check me out on Spotify. Support the channel there, all that good stuff. And with that being said, I hope you know I love you guys very much. I'll see you tomorrow, and until then, as always, I'll smell you guys later.